Hey everybody, this is Glidercat, and it's time to play. We're back in Captain of Industry, one of my favorite games of all time. Let's get back to it. Now, our colony is, in my view, thriving, but we have a lot to do. We have so many little projects to do. We're getting one warning here about this retaining wall about to collapse. Oddly, it seems like it's one down here or something is going to collapse. I have no idea why that would be subject to collapse. It's actually buried into the ground. This one I can understand why it broke, but down here I have no idea why that is subject to collapse. Anyway, still have some learning to do on retaining walls. That's not an issue. Let's just get rid of it. Our copper belt, our cross island copper belt is looking a little dry. It is where about... Yeah, about over to here. So we have a lot of room to do some more copper mining. Let's get our copper mining crew back on that task. Let's see if I can figure out which one it was. East Copper Mining Crew. So let's move people off of... Where are we at? Yeah, this crew. Let's take 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4 off of the terraforming and put them on the copper mining. That'll do. That'll replenish our copper supplies. We also have a terraforming crew over here that I think is going to need some more designations. Let's see if we can get that going. Should they just chew into this sand? Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to have to open up their area of effect, I think. But let's first get a designation down. I think they can chew into this a little bit. Is that going to be a problem for us? I don't think so. I'm not entirely sure. But let's get on it. We want, yeah, down to level 0, mining. Down to level 0. Why is all this level 1? Let me go flat. Yeah, that's what I want. 1 above sea level. Kind of thinking all this. Actually, you guys can just do a whole bunch. Why don't we do that? Clear out these old ones. Some of them. We don't have to get every last little square, but we'll get some of this stuff out of here. That's out of their range. Let's put that into their range. Escape out of that. That's the fill designation for the teeth. I just want to see how big that is and where that is. Okay, that's... Where are you? I don't even see it. Looking for a yellow line. Should be all through here. Not sure where that one is. That's not the one we're worried about anyway. We want terraforming crew. Okay, coal. Teeth area terraforming crew. That's what we want. And that is wide enough. So what is this designation here? That must be... Is that the one I just had? The fill designation? Let's take a look. No. Curious about what this square is right here that I'm outlining with the mouse. Boom, 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 boom. Coal miners 1 and 2. Sand mining crew. They're over here. They could use maybe a little more designation too. While we have this up, let's do it. They're digging down and staying level at -6. So let's do that. Can push these guys out a little bit more. Although that may just be surface level sand. Oh well, we'll let them dig that out. Limestone mining crew. Where Where are you guys? Should be over here somewhere. They're fine. Next tower. Fill designation, sand terraforming. There it is. That's the square I was looking for. Fill designation. This is just another fill designation for dirt. It's got a kind of a bad name. Get the word sand out of here for now. Boom, boom. Save that. Okay. And let's see if our copper guys are doing their thing. They are. They're starting to fill up their copper, and that will fill up the belt. All right, that's all good. The big project we want to do, or try to get started on this episode, is using acid in our copper process. Let's see what that's going to involve. Okay, instead of water, we just substitute acid, and out comes more copper plates. But that shouldn't be too bad at all. We're going to make acid from sulfur, so we got a bunch of sulfur over here. Maybe we could kind of fork that line and produce acid here. And then instead of water, we'll tap into this line and just feed acid into the electrolysis process. That shouldn't be a bad upgrade, actually. And allow us to use some of our sulfur, which is currently backing up. So sulfur is backed up like a broken toilet. And as a result, we're dumping sour water into the ocean. It's causing us a bit of extra pollution. So let's see, how do I make the acid? Where would that be? Our water stripper. Don't see it yet. Carbon digester. We can find it real quick, right? Acid is made in mixer. Interesting. Oh, it does take water, so we are still we're still gonna use water. That makes sense. 30 water gets us 36 acid. So we'll use a tiny bit less water, and we'll make use of our sulfur. Just how much water? Yeah, 6 and 6. So this saves us a tiny bit of water and just exchanges a little bit of sulfur for water. That's fine. Mixer. Where is the mixer? Yeah, right here, right? So 36 acid every 60 seconds. How much are we using? Hardly any, right? Hardly any. And this line's even backed up. So we only need 6, so definitely one mixer is going to be plenty. Maybe we'll find another use for acid. But let's get this guy down. We're going to send in sulfur, send in water. We got water line, I think right there we could tap into. And then the acid coming out. Doesn't look like we have trucks coming through here. That ground looks grassy and untrampled by trucks, so I'm not too worried about blocking. Just looking at inputs versus outputs. Here, that's all inputs. And this is my outputs. Let's do this. Where do we want to put this thing? Could tuck it in here. Put it right there, actually. Might be able to pull that off. Let's try it. We can do planning mode. Some people have made comments about me not using planning mode. Curious why I don't use it. Sometimes I don't use it because it's hard for me to tell if this is paused or not paused. Especially like right now, if we unpause this, it's pretty easy to tell the difference. But if there's just a little section of pipe that happens to be paused in planning mode and you unpause everything and somehow you miss a little segment of pipe, it's hard for me at least to notice that. So that's why I don't usually use, one of the reasons why I don't usually use the planning mode. But it is pretty handy. So let's get on it. Let's get on it. This should be a piece of cake, right? U-shaped conveyor. We don't need level 2 for sure. I think we're going to have to come off here early in order to make the trip down, though. Yeah, that'll do. Boom. Water. This couldn't be easier, could it? We got a water pipe coming straight through this area and it's traveling in the right direction. We don't need a level 2 pipe, I don't think, for this. Boom. Man, yeah, this is going to be fairly easy. Now, this water pipe's going to go away. So maybe we can... Maybe we can bring this straight across and connect up here. That would mean, let's take out just a little bit of this. We can take out all of this. This is all going to go, I think. Then we'll connect up here with our acid. I'm not sure if we're going to have issues waiting for this this existing water to be used. What could we do about that? These guys are going to consume copper. Let's unpause this. That should chew up a little more copper. This one too. Basically want to drain this water pipe. So if they start processing, making use of the copper, that should get these guys going. That should drain that water pipe, and then we can use the acid instead. This looks like we can unpause it, right? This is going to be an easy build. So let's try to unpause the planning mode stuff. Boom. Okay, that's all being constructed. Let's get out of planning mode and do our acid pipe. Again, I don't think they use so little. I think we can get by with the cheapy pipe. And this is going to connect up here. I don't really care where pillars go here this time. Support pillars. As I carefully reduce the number of pillars. That's kind of what I want. And then we'll chew through the rest of this water. Yeah, electronics are moving along the belt. It's going to back up. But these guys can fill their own little output inventories. And then they'll get through the... They'll chew through some more copper, and then these guys should get through this water. Backed up in this pipe, and then we should see the acid start coming through. Once that's all online, I'm going to keep an eye on things over here for a second. Maybe we can speed up. We got a buffer over here for copper plates just for storage purposes over here. And then this little thing is just to basically empty the ship dock from when we deconstruct things. Always having an empty warehouse where we can dump copper plates so they don't back up our shipyard. It's kind of the main idea there. Looks like this water pipe is starting to drain out. That's what we want to see. Copper should be on its way. This guy needs a recipe. Let's get that selected so this guy can start producing some acid. I think we're still going to have an abundance, too much sulfur. I'm using it to create rubber too sometimes, although I have these paused. Let's trade some rubber. I've been doing this just to have this crazy supply of wood on hand and to burn through some sulfur. We want, where was it? I want to trade rubber for wood. This one right here. Rubber for wood. Hit that several times. That will get rid of our rubber. Unfortunately, it seems to take it from these warehouses, so I have to have a truck refill them from where our current production is. And then I can turn on one of these guys and hopefully burn through some more of that sulfur. Whole idea being if that sulfur gets processed, then we're not dumping sour water into the ocean here. That's the idea. All right, we're converted over to acid. That was super duper easy. Assuming it's all working. There's our acid coming in. Does this need a different recipe? It does. Let's turn it on. Get smart with it. I guess we can leave the water on as they chew through the rest of the water. Here comes the acid into this section of pipe. Just gotta wait till these empty out of water, and then we should be good to go. No downside to leaving both recipes enabled as far as I know. So that's all gonna be good. I'm gonna shut off the surplus production here. I don't think we need that many electronics. It does look like we're actually a little backed up, but oh, it's because rubber. Why rubber? Oh man. Yeah, I see. I see. A little unfortunate we don't have rubber storage between the rubber producers and where we're consuming it. Right now I have storage kind of off to the side. This is mainly for building purposes. This isn't going to feed production. Would like to have a buffer going into these guys somewhere. But this is a main road. You can see it's all been trampled, that dirt. Got electronic storage there. I'd like rubber storage somewhere. We could use this guy and run through rubber storage here and then send it back. Then we'd have a buffer for our actual production. That's where these should be, but there's just not a lot of room over here. I do have room on the other side. I feel like that's something we should have. This is just backup rubber supply. This was fed from our old distillers. We may still use that in an emergency. That's why that's still there. Let's get a warehouse down. This isn't, the most critical. But I think this will be fairly easy for us to do. Let's pop that down, and we're going to reroute this belt. We'll set a recipe on this guy to hold rubber. This is just going to be a buffer for production. Black conveyor. Boom. Piece of cake, really. And then the one we want on pause, obviously, is this one. This guy can probably go to pause. What's going on here with this belt? Why is this rubber not making it through? Because I have it paused. I see. Yeah, I have this paused. This is our backup supply. This one was in line. It was set correctly. Make the rubber, cache it, send it to production. And I have this belt paused mainly because I want to be using these instead. So why not run both that way is the question, right? The answer is, I don't have a good answer for that. Let's just do it. It's pretty easy to do. Do a quick remove on this guy. We need to ignore pipes, I guess, to get through here, maybe? You can quick build. How's our Unity? Unity's looking awesome. We gotta use some edicts or something. Are we maxed? 128 is our cap. What are these guys putting out? Am I missing a byproduct or something? No, that's if we do this other process. We would have wastewater coming out of here. Okay, so you can unpause. All right, that's a little better. Now we've got the production buffer. We can keep this belt paused because I don't really want these guys running. It's kind of a bummer that whenever I trade rubber, it pulls from these warehouses. That's the only reason why I have a truck filling these. Could just turn these off, maybe. I wonder if I just pause these. If it would still... The trade would still take rubber from here. Anyway, that's minutia. We'll get to that some other day. All right. We have acid production going. Looks like we're still backed up on sulfur. So we're dumping sour water. At least things are somewhat balanced. We don't have to watch this too closely. All right. The next big thing, a bunch of little things. The next big thing is we're going to need to get Lab 3 going, and I can't upgrade it because I've got conveyors and things in my way. So we might need to reconfigure where our research lab is. Let's see if we can build the next one. Research Lab 3, and then we're going to have to do Lab Equipment 2 in order to do this. And we can also at some point think about recyclables, but what about just slapping this guy down somewhere? All he needs is lab equipment coming in, and then we're going to get recycles coming out. This land is a little sketchily terraformed, but we can make that look pretty with a terraforming crew or something. Parts come in. I don't see any truck traffic on the ground here. The ground looks pretty green. What about... Yeah, what about right here? Boom, cram that in. That's going to be Lab 3. Now we need to think about Lab Equipment 2. What is that going to take, and who can make it? It looks like my assembly electrics cannot make lab equipment level 2. I might need level this guy, right? I can see the electronics belts backed up, so I'm just going to go to 1. I'm going to pause one of these electric assemblies. Looking for lab equipment 2. There it is. What do we need? Paper. That's new to me. Okay, lab equipment plus paper plus steel. Lab equipment, paper, and steel. Lab equipment is getting spit out over here. Steel. What are you using to make lab equipment? Parts and electronics, huh? Steel. Where's my nearest source of steel? That's not steel. This is steel? I've got steel coming down this way. Okay. Steel on this belt we can pull from, bring somewhere. Lab equipment right here. Close by. You can just reroute that. Got a little bit of space here for factory building. So now we need paper. How do I make paper? I'm going to guess from trees. Where do I make it? Let's look at the recipes. This is an easy way, I think, to find it fast. Small excavator, can't find terrain. That might be the coastal copper mine or something. Up in the top right, I'm looking at that warning. Paper, we need a chemical plant. Man, wood chips, limestone, and steam. Okay. Okay. Paper. Oh, what was it? Right click? I thought there was center click. I thought there was a way to bring up the next recipe. Paper. Yeah, we're on paper. I want to see where else it's used. Lab equipment 2 and lab equipment 3. Is that it? Okay. So that tells me if that's the case, we're only going to use paper for lab equipment production. We probably want to locate our paper production over here, or where the ingredients are. Limestone and wood chips. We never did build our tree farm yet either. Oh man, we have to do that. I mean, we've got lots of time. If we look at our inventory, because I've been trading for wood, trading our rubber out for wood just to keep our processing going. We've got 5,000 units of wood stored. Actually, our highest item. Diesel's a close second, I think, as far as things stored up. Maybe coal. Getting distracted. But where is our wood? Let's see what it takes to make the wood chips. Like a mixer or something. Shredder. Wood, okay, 1-to-1. Shredder gets us wood chips. That's fairly easy. I don't really have a good strategy for wood. I think we're just... wherever it's harvested, it's being trucked over here. We could have another separate warehouse just for the wood chip production, or we could branch off of here somewhere, do wood chips, and then belt it through this mess. There's a main thoroughfare here. We'd have to... we did it there, we'd have to get a little creative with our belt weaving so we didn't block this passageway. We're stacked pretty much. You'd have to come out and then... just looking. Got wood right there. Not right there, but right in there. Man, I'm gonna have to tear out belts just to build. But if we took this wood belt and branched out right here, put our wood chipper, did wood chips. Let's see, are those used for anything else? Where are we gonna be routing these guys? Okay. Consumption. We can actually burn wood chips and make steam from them. I don't think that's the best idea. Just used for paper, it looks like. Paper or power production. Or not power, but steam production. Spits out some exhaust. Exhaust. Yes, curious about this. Can this be fully processed? Not really. Exhaust gets us 30 air pollution if we dump it into the sky. But later on, with the exhaust scrubber, we can bring that way down. Because we can take 180. That's 3 times the amount. That would normally give us 90 pollution, and we can bring that down to 24 pollution. We get sulfur as a result. And carbon dioxide, which I imagine if we dump that, is that a pollutant too? Yeah. Carbon dioxide will eventually be able to pump underground, but that's going to take power. Oh man, the production lines are complicated. Anyway, all we need to know is wood chips are all we need. I guess thinking about doing it right here, running my belt up high. This slab's going away, so we can just have that belt run high. Let's do it. Let's just do it. We can always move it later. Do I have a wood chipper, and where might it be? Baking unit. Oh man, there's so much to do. Waste sorting shredder. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, wood comes in, wood chips come out. And apparently no pollution. Wood comes in, wood chips come out. And we Let's do it here. Let's see if this works. Like I said, I may have to break a belt to even get this to work. To get my wood over here, because we're really tucked in pretty tightly. Should I go with conveyor level 2s just so I don't have to worry about this ever again? Let's not. There's wood coming in, I think. Yeah, it looks like I got the wood belt. And then, do I have to pick a recipe on this? Let's do that. Nope, it's already selected for me. And then wood chips are what? U-shaped conveyor looks like. I think we can get by with just one of these. Oh, you know what we could do? Paper. Let's see where paper is again. Maybe we just send paper over. Paper. Limestone. Do I have limestone? I don't have steam nearby, I'm sure. Limestone is where? That's sand. Limestone's way, way, way over here and not sent any further down. Ooh. Here, limestone's getting a little low. Small excavator. Maybe, nope. Yeah, that's these guys. Looks like we're getting to the bottom of the copper deposit here. Should we get these guys working? Let's do it real quick. I'm just going to send them down one earlier or one further back. Down to level 7, and then this goes... Oops. This stays level 7 here. Flat. That'll give them something to do while we're working on this. Limestone, we need to get over here. Limestone and some production of steam. I don't have steam anywhere nearby that I can tap into. Of course, we could run a boiler with that wood and make steam. You guys already got a load of wood chips saying, where do you want me to send these, boss? You have water. Man. Alright, let's solve our limestone problem here. We're running a little low on limestone. Let's see what the story is. This guy probably needs some more trucks. Let's look at the, because he's hitting some dirt. Limestone mining crew. Let's give him a couple more trucks. This mine is not really optimized the way we probably should have it. I have a bridge here I'm kind of trying to preserve as a way up the island. Let's expand this guy's mining designations to go out this way a bit more. He's still going to hit some dirt, but hopefully with the extra trucks, if he's going 24/7, he's always got a truck waiting. Hopefully he'll tap into that limestone soon enough and we'll be okay. For our current production, we're fine. If you look what we're doing with limestone, we're just making cement and we have tons in storage. So well over 1,000 units of cement in storage. So this isn't a horrible problem. The only reason I'm looking at it right now is because we need limestone. I'm trying to figure out where we want to route that limestone. I don't have a good way to get this out of here. I guess I would come out straight, sneak underneath, go through here. You have one more little port here if we wanted to. We need to get limestone over here. I have water I can find a way to tap into, probably. to make steam, and then I'm not sure, do we want to just burn logs for steam? Kind of hate that idea. What is it? Wood. Coal maker, where's the wood chips we need to turn into steam? Yeah, wood chips and water. 48 steam. So it's basically one log for 2 units of steam, it looks like. Something like that. Is that worth doing? Don't have any other source of steam over here. Just not using it. All right, yeah, we'll use the wood. I think we'll use the wood chips for the steam as well. So let's do our paper production over here, and we'll send the limestone over. That recipe one more time. Paper, limestone, and steam. It doesn't use much. We get 12 paper out of that, and then we'll rot the paper. And we do have a little... Our terrain is a little sketchy over here. It dips down. We could fill this in a bit as well if we wanted to. In fact, this looks like this needs to be taken out. Oh, man. Let's see if we can confine ourselves to this little corner. Limestone. Okay, wood chips. We're going to need to split. We need to find a boiler and water. Water. Boiler. Not super crazy about this. Just start building and see what we end up with. I might have some wasted production as I do this. That's probably a U-shaped conveyor for these guys. Wood chips. Let's come out this way. Okay, wood chips come in. Pick the recipe for wood chips. Water. Can I sneak water? Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's see if we can do it. If we can tap into this water line. That's you. I don't think I need a big pipe for this. Can you find a way there? Water, can you wiggle? How can I get water, that water pipe to go down? Doesn't seem like it wants to let me. But I may have to rebuild some things. Okay. Escape. Trying to get a pipe off of this. Maybe it'll let me hop over? No. Will not. Escape. Transport to select position was not found. Yeah, I can't get at my water. Definitely a way to do it. I think think we're gonna need to take out a section of this. All right, I think I need to keep the game running, but let's do a little experimenting. I'm gonna break our fuel line here for a second. Boom. We'll use that quick to deconstruct it on its own. Let's see if we can get this pipe routed. Water pipe from here. You hop over and get down. Okay, and now let's see if we can reconnect this guy, if it'll do a little hop for us. Okay, that worked exactly like I wanted. Happy about that. Okay, now we've got our steam. We got to do our exhaust. We'll snap a smokestack on here and just attach it. That. Wood chips recipe is selected. Okay. Looks like it's already working. Now I've got wood chips. I've got steam. And I need limestone again, right? Paper. I need wood chips, limestone, and that steam. So limestone's the next one. Could truck it in or we could belt it in. Boy, oh boy. Think we should... Guys are doing a fair amount of driving, and that limestone is going to be there or further away. Do we want to rethink where these storage hoppers should go to reduce the amount of trucking these guys are doing? Like if I put storage hoppers for limestone over this way, somewhere here, maybe even along the belt, and then ran along these belts and kind of came through somehow, would that make more sense? Oh man, look at that. That bridge is loaded. But I need to get it down here. So we could set up another bridge right next to it. Man, it's getting crowded over this way. I kind of think that's what we need to do. This land is going to get raised eventually. It's at level 1, right? I think so. Yeah, level 1. Eventually you're going to raise that to 2 above sea level with a layer of dirt. But that's not urgent. Let's put some new hoppers for limestone here. And then we'll run a belt. We'll run a belt over this supply. Should these stay or should these go? It doesn't matter. Just thinking this through. Seems like not a bad place. I can try and find a way through this mess. Looks like I can go underground here. Or squirt out another bridge, cut through, and limestone makes its way to where we need it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna put... We're gonna be mining all this down. In fact, this should have fill designation here. Let's do that. While I'm thinking about it. Does it have fill designation? Sure looks like it does. Nothing's getting filled though. Let me rip those out and try again. It's hard for me with the color blindness thing to tell the difference between the fills and the mining designations. I think they're color coded, but it's hard for me to tell. All right, I want a fill designation for all this area. It can be whatever materials you want. And I'm hoping that when these guys load rock, they would dump it nearby. That's the plan there. Okay. Now I want storage here. Do a couple of these. These are going to be limestone. This one gets I keep full. Now we need to route that limestone up this way. It's not going to be pretty, but we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Low-level conveyors, I think, are all we need. Let's kind of hop up. Why would you choose that route? I see. It's weird. Oh, I see. I see. I'm not seeing the full belt. I guess you're gonna have to stay on the ground here and then make your climb. Can you go up one for me? Hop up. What's the problem here, fellas? Why that? Okay, now this is where it gets a little goofy. Oh man, because we need to preserve this road, right? I got trucks coming through this way. We just saw one do it. But I need to sneak in under there somewhere. Let's see what I can do. Yeah, you need to stay a little bit high. Let's see what we can do. This may turn out looking kind of strange. And now I want you to head for the ground if you can. Sneak on through to the other side. No trucking here to worry about yet. Our fuel depot. Oh man. I guess I can climb up. Man, this area is looking a little ugly. Not impressed. I'm going to be stuck with another pillar. I can't go under because there's a ramp. Okay, now we're going to squirt out into another ramp. In fact, I'll stop this guy right here. Let's get another ramp going. I guess we could do a double. Kind of don't like the looks of this, but I'll take it. Trying to get limestone over to this area where we've got wood chips, steam, and limestone, and that's going to be our paper production. We don't want to block trucks getting to this wood deposit. That's where all our wood's coming from, is trucks dropping it off here. Another issue for some other day to figure out how we can better automate that without being so heavily reliant on trucks. All right, back to U-shaped conveyor here. This is limestone. Can I connect? If I come back one, will you let me ramp down? That's not where I want it. I can't block truck routes over here, so I gotta create a new row. And it'd be nice to kind of line up the pillars. Doesn't look like that's gonna be in the cards. That'll do it. That'll do it right there. Truck should be able to get through just fine. A new pillar on the corner, unfortunately, but not much I can do about that. In fact, we could dip under this belt. Do it. I'm gonna come down one. And travel under here for now. May not help much, but it doesn't hurt either, so we'll do it. U-shaped conveyors, just the level ones, and I'm gonna stop it right there. Okay. Looking for our paper. Is it this guy? Who made a chemical plant? Was that it? Chemical plant? Yeah, makes the paper. It's a biggie. Hopefully we can still get trucking through here. Oh man, this does a lot of processing. Look at all these inputs on the building here. Let's see what goes where. There's our output. Paper's gonna come out that way. Steam. Maybe. What's the best way to do this? We have 3. Steam should be easy, right? That's pipes. We need wood chips to come in, and we need limestone to come in. Those can both be routed on the ground if we do it like this. Think. Wood chips, limestone. Can we go over one and up one? And where's the steam? Back there. Okay. I think I'm going to do it like this. Let's see. Let's get our limestone routed. Then we'll call it an episode. U-shaped conveyor. I think we can get by with these level 1s. I'm going to get an extra pillar here. I don't think I care. In fact, I'll take that just as it is. Take it back. I'm going to be picky. Oh, no. Okay. Gotta leave this guy low to the ground. Here's some limestone. Wood chips. Steam. Get this guy recipe. Paper. Limestone, wood chips, and steam are all being sent in. Paper comes out. This guy's still being constructed. What do we need? Lab equipment too, of course. That's what we're working towards. So that's our paper. Now we need to combine that with what? Steel and this lab equipment. Inside one of these guys. I'm going to look at the recipe again. Through here. Lab equipment 2. Yeah, paper and steel. Steel is the next routing challenge. Let's do that next episode. Again, we're working on basically getting our Research Lab 3 set up because that's going to be what we need. In fact, we need it now. I can't research anything. Everything else needs Research Lab 3 or better, it looks like. So we're on the verge of doing that. We need Lab Equipment 2. We've got paper production all set up here. And now we need to combine it, like I said, with steel and this lab equipment 1. I think we're fine with just one factory and actually just one research lab. There's so much to do. I'm not usually waiting on research. We got a bunch of little errors to take care of. We'll get to those maybe at the top of next episode too. And maintenance is looking good. Fuel's looking good. And food, I'm sure, is looking fantastic. I almost never check it. Let's just see what the supplies look like over there for the heck of it. Not bad. These warehouses are all filled up. That one's filled up. Potatoes are a little light for some reason. Not sure. Be a new chef. And then water's looking decent. We've got one distiller running. Probably not the most efficient way to get water. But we'll get to it someday. Maybe. Never. So yeah, next episode we'll route that steel and see if we can't get lab equipment 2 going, get this research lab built, and queue up some new research. That should do us for a decent amount of time, and we can get back to terraforming and seeing what's next. Maybe even sorting the recyclables that are going to come out of here. That's another big project. Oh man. And we've got little things to do, like I have yet to route the water. We're getting fresh water out of here. Right now this is being delivered by truck. We need to route that pipe too. So maybe start next episode, we do some odds and ends, clear these errors, route this water just to do it, and then get back to getting lab equipment too. Somehow we'll get a mix of those things. But for now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this series. Hopefully, if you're this far along in the series, you are enjoying it. If so, please remember to hit that like button. That helps my tiny channel grow, and I would definitely appreciate that. I'll see y'all in the next episode.